On the PGA Tour, most par 5s are glorified par 4s. What I mean by this is that players rarely have any reason to lay up on their second shots. On a par 5, their goal is usually just to smash a drive as far as possible so they can have as short an approach as possible. This is not, in my opinion, the most exciting type of golf to watch. But at the stadium course at TPC Sawgrass, the venue of the Players' Championship, the par 5s, designed by Pete Dye, are a different breed. They actually call for today's pros to play thoughtfully from tee to green. Let's look at how the 4 par 5s at the stadium course do this. The second hole, which measures a relatively short 532 yards, uses one of Pete Dye's favorite ploys. The corridor has an S shape, first bending to the left and then to the right. For a right-hander, the ideal shot shape off the tee is a draw, and on the second shot, a fade. This is a simple way to assess a player's ability to work the ball both ways. While the fairway on the second hole is narrow and hard to hit, the fairway on the par 5 ninth hole is wide, at least by TPC Sawgrass standards. But position off the tee still matters a great deal. If you hit your drive up the right, you'll be looking straight up the alleyway that leads to the green, but you'll need to stay short of the canal. If you go left, you can blast it as far as you want, but the farther left you go, the more your next shot will be obstructed by trees. So the choice is yours. Do you want a long second shot with a relatively clear path to the green? Or a shorter second shot that has to reckon with the trees? The 11th hole, like the second, zigs to the left before zagging back to the right. There are 2 layup zones, one to the right, short of the water, and one to the left, over the water. The one to the left offers a definite advantage, a simple wedge shot down the long axis of the green. But getting to this spot can be complicated, depending on what you do off the tee. If you play to the right, away from the big bunker, you'll have a good look at the left fairway, but your path to the green may be blocked by the big Y-shaped tree on the right. On the other hand, if you challenge the big bunker, you may have a better chance of reaching the green in 2, but your route to the ideal layup zone will be screened out by trees. The final par 5 at the stadium course is also the most gettable, and it's that way by design. Next up are the Island Green 17th and the brutal 18th, 2 holes where anything can happen. So when you're standing on the 16th tee, you feel as though you need to take advantage, but the more you press your luck on this hole, the more trouble you can get into. For example, off the tee, it's best to find the left center portion of the fairway. To get there, you need to shape your drive from right to left, as Justin Thomas memorably did last year. But if you overcook it, you'll end up in the trees on the left, which is not where you want to be. So while the 16th hole yields a lot of birdies, it also produces quite a few disasters. Now, because the par 5s at TPC Sawgrass rely so much on penalty hazards, I don't think they should be used as models for how to design a course for average players. But for elite-level tournament golf, these holes do something worth studying. They force the best golfers in the world to prioritize positioning and shot shaping over raw distance. And these days, that's a pretty rare sight.